Welcome to the TED Ed Podcast, where we delve into the issues that shape our daily lives and drive our productivity. We confront topics that matter deeply to all of us, from healthcare and affirmative action to voting rights and monetary success and failure. We cover it all. And yes, we dive into the complex world of politics, exploring how our country has evolved from slavery to the 21st century. Our content is crafted with care and expertise, drawing from years of experience in these critical areas. We invite you to give the TED Ed podcast a listen. You won't be disappointed. Share your thoughts with friends and confidants, and don't forget to like, comment, and share our episodes. Your engagement helps us grow and reach more listeners. Are you passionate about these topics? Do you have unique insights to share? You could be one of our guest speakers. Drop us a line, send an email, or leave a comment. All requests will be considered. Join us on this journey of exploration and understanding. This is the TED Ed Podcast. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
People, we on the air. We is on the air. We're discussing some things that are going on here all around the country. Everywhere we turn, every little nook and cranny, man, something is going on here. Something is going on. But one thing that we're going to do here on this show is we're going to tell the truth. We're not going to lie to you people at all, because I see right now, I don't care what happens, these folks gonna lie to you. It is it is becoming art to tell a lie. I mean, an art. There's an art, and they've got so now they can look you in the face, or the commentator in the face, and tell a lie and don't crack a smile. They done got good at it. They have gotten so good at it, it's a crash shame. Just sit there and just tell you a lie. Don't worry, everything is fine. Country's doing okay. There's no inflation going on. We're bringing in billions, no, trillions of dollars. We got trillions of dollars coming in. The people, these countries are paying us trillions of dollars now. We're getting our money back. Sit there and tell a lie. And then when you catch him in a lie, what you talking about? Or they don't bring his butt back here no more. He can't come in these conferences no more.
Oh, you from that left wing paper?
Yeah, that left wing bull crap is going on. Yeah. You don't care about us. You hate America. You hate what we doing. You trying to stop us from doing the right things for this country. And look them in their face and tell it. But you have a few brave folks and stuff who will tell it, and they taking a chance, because guess what, people? They might get fired, because he's gonna call up their bosses and stuff and say, hey, you need to get rid of him. It has gotten so bad, folks, that this son of a guy can call up these companies and tell them what CEO or whatever to fire. We don't need to talk to him because he's telling the truth. Don't send him over here. You need to fire him. We're in trouble, people. But we're going to tell the truth here. All right, Ted, what the hell is going on? You want to talk about D.C.?
Well, I want to talk about Florida.
Who?
Florida.
Oh, well,
Florida
let's go.
has lost over almost 100,000 Canadians. Stuff. They selling their homes. They selling their condominiums. They're not buying cars or renting cars. They're not taking flights. And they're not just leaving now. They're leaving forever. They go.
Well, that not only the Canadians did, there's some Floridians and stuff that getting the hell out of Florida. Shit. Even people who American citizens can't stay there. It is totally ironic, man, that you said this, because yesterday I was looking at a video and stuff on the 10 worst cities in Florida to live in. And each one of those cities that they talked about had big problems, man. And the worst thing of it all is that the housing prices are going down. People can't sell their properties. But the ones and stuff who are coming, who they're asking the people to come in and try to buy these properties up at cut rate prices and everything. But even then, they're telling these prospective investors and stuff and everything, you better be careful because this stuff might even go down even further.
Yeah,
And the people who were bought over a year ago and everything now they are underwater on their mortgages already, and they can't do anything about it. And then they can't get insurance on their properties.
yeah,
And FEMA is coming in and reassessing these flood zones. And if you happen to be, your flood zone happen to be reassessed, that means that if you got a mortgage on your house, you have to buy flood insurance. And that's above and beyond your regular home insurance. And
yeah,
some people said that their insurance that they're paying is more than their mortgage.
yeah.
So, and I was very surprised that one of the cities in there that surprised the hell out of me was Naples.
Really?
Yeah, they said those people they said Naples is a very, very rich area. And he said even them rich people are having trouble keeping up with their homes, keeping up with their mortgages, and they're trying to sell and they can't sell. And they're having a difficult time because
It
a
was
lot of them,
overpriced. First of all, they overpriced.
yeah,
And
yeah,
damn
yeah.
home worth $1 million here in Florida.
Yeah, and they're saying that these people and stuff, a lot of them have left and gone someplace else, so they got two mortgages they got to deal with, and they can't handle them those mortgages because they can't sell their home, and most of the homes have been on the market for over 100 days, and people are not buying them, and they just having a big problem and stuff down in Florida, and there's nobody to help them. And they never said anything about the state government and them helping people or anything like that. They say even the local governments are having problems because they're raising property taxes and stuff on the people because that's the only way it can bring in any money. Man, you got a hell of a thing going on down in Florida, brother. But go ahead, let's talk about those Canadians too.
Well, think about this. Okay, tourism is down as well. People come from all over the world to go to different tourist sites, especially the beaches and all that. The small business people, the restaurants and all of that, they're losing money, bro. Those are the people that they be counting on every year to carry them over for the year. So when you got tourism, then you got the Canadian people. That's over 100,000 people come here for. Some of them come here just for a few months to get out of the winter. They call them snowbirds. Then they come here. Here in Hillsborough County, it is plentiful. A lot of them buy these little mobile homes. Some of them buy the condominiums. Some of them buy houses, and they keep those houses year round, and they just go back and forth. Some of them even got businesses here. So, and they feeling the pinch. They already said they done lost so many hundreds of, I think it's like $6 billion. So by the time this year over, they probably done lost about $15 billion in the state of Florida, maybe more. That's a lot of money when you're talking about these people on margins, when it comes to restaurants and little small retail stores. St. Petersburg is hurting, Clearwater is hurting, all
Kissimmee,
out. So,
Kissimmee. They talked about Kissimmee because it is close to your
Disneyland and all that,
Disney
all those
World,
little
yeah. And
attractions.
and 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 a lot of people have speculated and stuff and came down there and bought these condominiums and these properties and stuff and everything, expecting to uh, uh, lease them and stuff and everything to the people who were coming to the Disney World. And now, since Disney World had gone down and the tourism has gone down, they said a lot of people around there who bought those properties and stuff and everything to do those short leases and stuff with them and everything, they are losing money big time. It is tearing them up, and a lot of them said they can't afford to even keep those properties there, so they're going to have to turn around and try to sell them, and nobody wants to buy it. They don't have any idea when the tourism is going to come back because these people they hate Trump.
Well, here in Florida, anybody that comes here from Canada, they have to sign something to prove that they're gonna be here. They're gonna be here more than 30 days.
They got to sign.
Yeah, they got some kind of little form that they're supposed to fill out. And they're gonna be here more than 30 days. So I don't know all the details on it, but they have to have a form to fill out. So some of these people stay here for the whole winter, from January on to March, April. And a lot of people don't want to do that because they don't want them to know their business. They go back and forth.
And they also showed something and stuff that I saw at these international airports and stuff and everything, that these international sections of these major airports is almost empty because nobody wants to come here. Is, man, the scene and stuff that they're showing and everything is just ridiculous. And that's why and we're looking at these folks and stuff with government and everything and say that everything is fine, and they know it's not. They know it's not.
Well,
And it looks like, man, that this knucklehead thinks that he can cure everything, anything that's going on, anybody that has anything to do with him, he gonna dump a tariff on him. He don't like what you're doing, he gonna put a tariff on you. He told Brazil not to convict Balasar, and they've already getting ready to put his butt in jail, and they dumped a 50% tariff on Brazil. You ain't got no business doing anything with him, so we're gonna put a 50% tariff on you.
why he in everybody's business? That's what I like to know.
But you have to look at at what's going on, Ted. He's sitting here and he has told India that they cannot get oil from Russia. You can't get oil from Russia. But he's sitting there getting ready at right at this exact moment, having a meeting with Putin. But guess what, Ted? The meeting ain't completely about the peace agreement. Guess what they're doing? He's making trade deals with them. They brought a big ass plane from Russia in here, and they got all kind of business folks and stuff in there who own the flight, so they can come in there and talk to Trump about business deals. But he just told India that they go slap a 50% tariff on them because they importing oil from Russia. And he getting ready to set up some business deals with them folks in Russia, along with the peace agreement. That he probably won't even be talking about. Most of them be talking about how you're gonna make some money over there in Russia. Boy, we done been hoodwinked.
They just let him do whatever he wants to.
Do whatever you want to do. They've been hoodwinked. You making trade deals. You making deals with you. He done brought his business folk there. They brought their business people there because they're gonna make some deal. And Congress didn't say a word about it. They ain't said a word. Ain't nobody opened their mouth and said nothing. He does what the hell he want to do. It's all about Trump. They don't give a crap what they think. And you better not open your mouth and say anything. Oh man, this is ridiculous here. Man, I thought his first term was bad, but he done he done made his first term and stuff seem like playtime. Oh man, there's like I said, people. There's so much stuff going on down here. Now we got to talk about California. What the hell's going on there?
Hold up before you go there, cause we got out so much shit. I just want to. This is like off the rail,
Go ahead.
but let me just say this, and I don't know if this is politically correct or not, but I call myself a feminist, meaning that I'm for women's freedom, rights.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that is to me. Equal pay, apply for any job you want. Should be able to do it if you're capable of doing it, just like any man. Whatever. So I'm listening to these two shows. And this one woman, little bitty little woman, and she's had a lot of powerful positions in the media world. And two things she said. She said this a number of times, talking about black people. We must be excellent. And we must be the boss. Then this other lady, and this is a whole different show, saying that we need to find, there's so much news going on right now, so many things going on. I heard this on the Lori Favors show. She said so much stuff going on. She was talking to this lady, I forget her name, I wrote it down in my notes. But she said, one thing that we have to do as a people, we have to find our own sanctuary to get away from it all so that we can have sanity. We have to rest. And the thing is, and the conversation was great on both sides. The other lady who was talking about being excellent. But I'm saying to myself, Ed, what is excellent? That's what because, only thing we can do is do our best. I might not sound all proper and dignified, and sometimes I don't use the correct English because, I came from Chicago. I was raised up using slang. So, the point is, even though I finished college and, barely, made C's in English, but I passed. But the point is that what is excellence? I mean, doing a good job and doing the best you can and all in on your job and you're doing the best you can. So, there are people that are exceptional. I don't care what color skin you are. There are people that are exceptional, very skilled, very talented, and on the cusp of maybe even possibly being a genius. And so, therefore, they might know that particular whatever it may be in such a way that it makes them top dog. Well, everybody can't be a top dog, bro. Everybody can't be, I mean, you're doing the best you can. That's all you can do. So if you're excellent, that means you're better than everybody else. That's including the white folks, because the white folks is or whoever, is sort of kind of following your lead because you have the answers and you have the solutions. So excellence is great, and it should be excellent. It should be the best you can do. Don't mean it has to be perfect, but she kept stressing excellence. But the one thing that I really admired about her, and she worked for a number of major uh, channels, ABC, CBS, and what have you, and she was in high positions. And the one thing that I admire about her, that she has her own channel called the African Channel, her own media company. It's not well known, it's not out there, in mass things, but she has her own and she's the boss. And that's one thing that she learned by working for everybody, because generally she might have been the boss of her department, but there's a boss that's over her. So now she's the boss. But everybody can't be a boss head, and nor should they be. So, but that's a good, she gave some, because I'm sure there were people out there that was wondering, they trying to find themselves in the media. This is the NAJB, National Association of Journalists. So, so, I've been to, when I used to work for the newspaper, I used to go to those, and I used to have to work for the LA Times, and I'll be recruiting journalists and what have you, and you talk to a whole number of people in that arena. Some of them in newscasting, some of them in writing, columnists and all that. I mean, there were very highly qualified, a lot of black people and Latino people, Asian people, you know. So, so the point is, what I'm saying is that basically, when I listen to these women that are talking, they be giving some good advice. My personal opinion. I just wanted to bring that out because I do classify myself as I don't like that term feminist, but I believe that everybody should be treated equally.
Uh, you touched upon something, Ted, that probably I think that during those two ladies' conversation and everything, the reason why they were saying what they said, and this is my opinion and stuff also as to why she said that. I've noticed, and a lot of people and stuff have not noticed. Well, they see it, but they have no idea why they are saying this and what is going on. Uh, One of the reasons and stuff why Trump, I guess, has been so successful and stuff and everything, and what the heck he's done, is because people look at him and everything and say that he is sincere about it, knowing that he can lie and tell people any kind of thing that he wants to say. And if he keeps saying something over and over and over and over again, your folks gonna start believing you. He kept telling people they stole the election. They stole the election from us. And Ted, there were people out there who believed that. His folks started believing that shit, that he stole it. Excuse my French, people, but that's his thing. And that's probably one of the reasons and stuff and everything why as soon as he got in, they started uh, taking down diversity, equity, and inclusion. They took it down because most of the people who were in diversity, equity, and inclusion, those people weren't dumb. They were there and stuff to get an upward movement and stuff there within their company, or give them a step up and everything so they can be included and stuff in upper management. But he used it as a dirty word. And we all know that Jasmine Crockett, because he talked about her, she's dumb. She's dumb. Now,
Low IQ.
anybody else, low IQ. And he used that and everything and stuff against him. And there were people and stuff down there. He did it with the presidential candidate and stuff and everything. She's dumb. She's low IQ. She's this. She can't handle this. And people who were in all over the country and stuff and everything were spouting this same stuff. She is dumb. She doesn't know what she's doing. And this lady and stuff and everything that they're talking about and everything, she's a presidential candidate and she was more qualified than he is. But he kept beating it into his people. She's dumb. She's dumb. And they kept believing that crap. They would show people and stuff on these programs and stuff where they did surveys and stuff in different parts of the country and everything. And the most thing that they talked about was that she was dumb. This lady is dumb. She doesn't know what she's doing. She has had more political experience and stuff than Trump ever had. She was a prosecutor. She was an attorney general in the state of California. But he kept pounding this into his people. She's dumb. She's dumb. So I'm bringing that back to the ladies and stuff who were sitting there talking. Some people out there, when he starts and they start using this language and stuff, you a DEI hire. You are dumb because you can't do anything. It affects them. They look at it and stuff, and all of their esteem, everything that's inside of them goes down and they start looking at themselves in a different manner. So sometimes you have to tell people and everything, just because somebody's saying something to you and she used the word excellence, sometimes you have to understand that you are who you are and do not let other people and everything determine who in the hell you are. And there's a lot of people out there and stuff and everything who believe that being a DEI person and everything was a belittling experience. So um, sometimes we have to encourage our folks and stuff out there and let them know and keep on telling them and stuff and everything. There's nothing wrong with you. You are excellent. You are the best. You are this, and make sure that they understand that because we don't have a whole lot of Jasmine Crockers out there who believe that, and she can look at that son of a gun in the head and tell him, and she's been on national shows and said, "Well, let's do our IQ together. We can match IQs right now. I take on his IQ on anytime, and I'm better than he is." And she knows it inside of herself because that's how she was raised. I'm better than you. I worked harder than you did. I have been a prosecutor. I have been on the other side of the aisle and everything. I have been an attorney and stuff who defends people and everything. So she has the experience that he still does not have. And she's a hell of a lot smarter than he is. I can tell you that right now. But you got people out there, Ted, who believes in him. Man, I'm looking at these folks out even today. This man has a business. This man, they did an interview with him, and he has a business and stuff and everything that's bringing that he over a $10 million business, and he had the nerve to sit there and tell the interviewer and everything that Trump knows what he's doing. I'm gonna follow him. He's a businessman. Ted, the man went bankrupt. Ain't nobody in the history of this country, Ted, bankrupt a casino. The hell you gonna bankrupt a casino, Ted? That thing brings in more money than anything. He went bankrupt. But he's a businessman. He can do it. This country is falling apart, Ted. The factories and stuff are shutting down and nobody's saying anything. We got companies out there and stuff that is shutting their stores up because they can't keep their products and stuff inside their stores and everything. So they're closing these stores down and sending the products that they do have to their high producing stores. And they're putting pressure on these other stores who are not high producing entities and stuff inside their business. If you can't produce enough money and everything, we got to shut you down. And it's all in all facets of our country and everything out there in the car industry. people can't get parts and stuff for their cars. So they got to pay a premium and stuff to bring these parts in from other parts of the world because Canada and Mexico saying, "Forget you guys, we're not going to trade with you all. You got a president over there that acts a fool. We're not paying 25% tariff on nothing, even though the tariff is being paid by the American people." And these folks outside of this country and say, "You people in there are so dumb that you can't even realize that you guys are paying this extra tariff. We don't pay it." When he put a 50% tariff on these products, steel and aluminum, we're not paying that. You guys are paying that. But he keeps saying that the other countries are paying this tariff. I mean, he keeps saying it, Ted. Every time you say something to him, you got Scott Bessett out there. Yeah, the other countries is paying the tariff. You got Lutnick. Yep, they're paying these tariffs and they're bringing in money into this country. They ain't bringing shit here. Excuse my French, people. I'm upset. I am totally upset. Okay, Ted. What else?
Well, I'm gonna switch gears here.
Go ahead. Switch them.
Warren Buffett just invested a few billion in United Healthcare. Excuse me. United Healthcare just a few months ago was worth almost $700 a share. It went down to under about right around 300. Warren Buffett just bought it, so now it's going back up. So there's a reason why. Always a reason why. Now, I haven't found out the reason why he invested. Maybe they made a deal with him that they're going to do better. But he don't invest in something that kind of money, about millions of shares. And now it's going back up. So I wouldn't be surprised that it doesn't go back up to another $600 or $700 a share. Because you look at Facebook. Facebook went down, now it's over, what, 600? Started off at $45 a share, bro. See, the thing is that, he's able to buy millions of shares. Right now, he's got millions of shares of, hundreds of millions of shares of B of A. So I just wanted to throw that in there because money is being made, but it's being made by these billionaires.
You got the money.
Now these day traders are making a little money because they follow them. But I'm telling you, man, it's out there, bro. The money is being
Yep.
made. I don't know how
Yep.
good that money's
Now,
gonna be,
but you got to put an asterisk on that, Ted. The money is being made by the folks who got the money, the billionaires.
yeah, big money.
Yep, they're being made by the billionaires.
Ain't nobody. I mean, Warren Buffett. I've been keeping up with Warren Buffett for over 40 years, and he's a person that has ownership of hundreds of businesses.
Absolutely.
So,
Yep.
and he bought all of them, and they all his.
Yep. And they all make money.
They all make money.
They all make money. Anytime he buys it, he makes, so anybody know United Healthcare, if he bought into that, they're gonna start making some money. They're gonna start making some money because he done went out there and looked at it. And he is absolutely right, because I can look at United Healthcare and see what the heck is happening. United Healthcare has successfully and stuff are servicing a lot of government contracts and stuff now, as far as the healthcare and stuff for the federal health employees, and also for the the military. They've garnered those contracts and they're servicing them and everything. These clients and these insurers because we had another company and stuff last year who was servicing us, and now United Healthcare is servicing us. They picked up a lot of clients, picked up a lot of business because being a servicer and everything and stuff, the people who hire you as a servicer and everything, they have to pay you no matter what. They pay you to take care of their clients, their insurers, their health care. So Cigna lost the business, United Healthcare picked it right back up. So they paid somebody to get the business, and that's how the thing goes. They said, "Oh, okay, we're gonna let you service our business." And guess who used to own United Healthcare?
I should know that since I used to work for United Healthcare.
Yeah, you
Who?
should.
Who?
Your boy, your senator,
No,
Mr. Mr. Scott.
no.
He had some. Yes, he did. He had something to do with it. Go back and do some research. He got something to do with it. Long time ago. Long time ago. He almost went to jail because he screwed around with that. Anyway, what else, sir? We got a few more things to talk about. We got about another 15 minutes and stuff, or we're going to have to start calling it quits here. But what else you got to say? If you don't have nothing, we can get back to California. We can get back to what else I got here.
I got something, but go ahead.
I got a bunch of stuff here, people. We got man, there's so much stuff going on out here. I done picked up so much stuff that it is a shame and stuff what the heck is happening. And I'm sorry, people and stuff, but my phone keeps ringing and folks are calling me and stuff and everything because most of them are in trouble. Yes,
What?
sir. Yes, sir. They're in big trouble. All of them. They keep calling me.
Wow.
Oh, people. One thing that I want to bring up here: school starting beginning of the year, the 2024-2025 school year, and we all thought that we were going to be having an extraordinary school year and stuff now because the education department and stuff is being dismantled, and and Trump is holding these colleges and stuff hostage and everything, asking them for money. You got to give them money before they can get the funds that have been appropriated to them. But we got all these schools and stuff getting ready to start up. They have very little money and stuff, especially these red states. So some of these school districts and stuff have decided to do something over the summer that have not been advertised. They are planning on, and some of them are doing it right now, they're using artificial intelligence to teach the kids. They have a module, AI module out there called Claude. It it's set up and everything to be a learning module, an AI module. And now they're implementing this Claude module in some of these school systems and everything, and they're allowing them to turn around and do the teaching and stuff for our children. So if they're having a shortage of teachers and everything, they're not worried about it because they're allowing artificial intelligence to be the teacher and stuff in these kids in these classrooms. And the teachers that they do have monitor these kids and stuff and everything, and they would not have to actually be there in the classroom for it with them because they can sit down there at their computers and stuff and everything and sit there and AI will train them. They ask the system questions, and the system and everything leads them and guides them and stuff into getting the correct answer. amazing what they're doing, Ted, with artificial intelligence. Just wanted to bring that out, let you folks know that if your kids come home and they said that they didn't see their teacher, you'll know why. Their computer is teaching them. Oh wow, we didn't see our teacher today, but we learned something. And the first thing that I would ask is, who is Claude? Because that's the name of the module, AI module that's doing the teaching. So anyway, just throwing that out. Ted, what is going to happen? We talked about this thing with Trump and Russia. The meeting was set up for today to talk about the peace agreement with Ukraine. I don't know if any of you all got the saw what had happened. Putin came to a news conference, something that he has never done before, and he sat in this news conference, and they had news people and stuff from a variety, from about 20 different countries and stuff, who were sitting there at a table and stuff with him, asking him questions about what he was doing and what his thoughts and stuff and everything was about this meeting that he's going to be having with Trump today. Well, it was very interesting what he said. One of the things that he said was he is not going to quit until Ukraine is completely demilitarized, no matter what they say or what they do, until they get to a point to where they cannot fight anymore, and he has taken every military item and stuff from them. He is not going to stop. There will not be peace until that happens. You think Zelensky and the European Union is going to agree to that? I don't think so. But that's what he said. And he looked all those people in the face and told them, I said, this is what's going to happen. I am not going to stop until they have been completely demilitarized. All their weaponry is gone.
sound like somewhere else that they doing too, you know,
Mm-hmm.
over in Gaza.
Mm-hmm. But he did say that he wasn't going to tear the country up. He just wanted to completely demilitarize them, and that they had to go back to an agreement that they had negotiated back in the 1900s. They negotiated, they call it a Minsk agreement, and all the territory that was given to them and stuff during this Minsk agreement, he wants that back. And he reminded me of what Trump said, that he didn't start that war. He said Ukraine started the war. Ukraine started this war. I wonder, has Trump been his mouthpiece for all these many years? He's been his mouthpiece, because Trump sure said it. Ukraine started this war, and every news agency out there said he didn't know what the hell he was talking about. But Putin said it right there in front of those news people, all those countries and stuff who were sitting there. Ukraine started this war. I said, oh my God, that sounds like Trump. Going to be interesting, Ted, what's going to come out of this daggone meeting and stuff and everything with Russia and United
And she
States.
gonna come out of it, but he gonna say, I want part of the Ukraine.
Well, it's going to be a lot more that's going to come out of that meeting. A lot more going to come out of that meeting, because the European Union and most of the allies and stuff in NATO and stuff got on the phone with him a couple of days ago and told him what the hell they wanted to happen. And he ain't going there to do what they told him to do. Very interesting. I'm gonna be watching new people. You guys need to watch the news here and stuff and find out what the hell's going on here because there's some interesting stuff happening out there. Very interesting stuff. Okay. Anything else?
I can't wait till basketball season start or football season. That's for sure.
Oh man. Oh, I'm glad you said something about this. Something happened. What the heck happened? Oh, I should have. I didn't write it down. But something big happened. I know what happened. University of Michigan. They have
I
to
saw
pay.
that.
They paying a huge fine because they found the University of Michigan guilty of two different violations and stuff and everything of NCAA rules.
Yep.
And they didn't say how much money that they're going to play, but they were found guilty.
Oh, it's gonna be in
And
the millions, bro. I just read.
yeah, it was. But I, from when I first saw it, I was thinking to myself, man, they got a black head coach there, but he wasn't responsible for it. It was what's the old boy, the white guy who's going on to the Harbaugh. Harbaugh did it. He had one of his minor coaches and stuff and everything to do some sign stealing and do some he did something else and everything too, but I forgot exactly what the heck he did.
That's why he left.
Yeah, that's why Harbaugh had to get out of there. They said this has been a 3-year investigation and they've been found guilty. Yeah, I knew it was something I had to say, man. I was that caught me, man, when I said University of Michigan's man, they're getting ready to mess with the brother here. Okay, now we got another Michigan State stuff going on here, but he wasn't involved in it. He was on the coaching staff then, but it wasn't him and stuff who was the coach who did it. He wasn't the head coach, and he wasn't the assistant coach and stuff who got involved in it. Go ahead.
Well, that's the reason why everybody should, you got to cross your T's and dot your
Dot your
I's.
eyes.
And sometimes you make mistakes, an honest mistake. Sometimes things happen.
That wasn't a mistake what he did, Ted.
Oh, I know. Yeah, what I'm saying is
that was on purpose, but they just got caught. and we finding out here that there are some head coaches here in some of these major programs and stuff who this might be their last year head coaching at these schools. There's about 5 or 6 of them, major schools and everything that they don't start winning, they're gonna lose their job. And one of them comes out of University of Alabama. They just hired that boy 2 years ago. And they said they ain't worried about paying him no $80 or $90 million and stuff to get him out of their contract. If he don't win this year, he in trouble. He's gone. He's been put on notice. Oh man, he's a nice old guy too, man. He's a real nice guy and stuff, but he just ain't no Nick Saban. He followed behind a legend. You can't follow behind a legend, man, and expect to keep your job.
Well,
You
did they
ain't
put
bring.
Notre Dame number one in college? Notre Dame's number one or Penn State? Which one? I think it's Notre Dame number one and Penn State number two.
No, I don't think it's Notre Dame. I think it's somebody else.
Texas.
Oh,
I think it was Texas.
yeah, Texas. Texas the number one. Yeah, it's Texas. Yeah, Notre Dame's not. They up there though, but they're not. They're not number one.
They
But
was in the championship.
yeah, but they're considering that the Big Ten and everything is taking over NCAA football now. It used to be the SEC, but they said the Big Ten now has become the big dogs out there now on the block, playing them Big Ten schools.
Well, that's the reason why they brought all those Western schools in, bro.
They
They
brought
go.
in they got Oregon in there, they got USC in there.
UCLA, don't they have
Yeah,
UCLA too?
I think they got UCLA there too. Yeah, they bought them. Them boys got to travel coast to coast now. It ain't no longer the Big Ten. This ain't no longer the Big Ten.
It's all about money, bro.
Yep, all about money, big money. Big money, people, big money in this stuff. They got
Did you
big
hear
money out.
about? Did you hear about the MMA?
Uh-uh.
MMA went. Some investors came in and did a deal with MMA, and it's over $1 billion in so many years. But they got the deal to get them on the streaming, meaning that they're going to be on every week, twice a week, maybe, just like football. Because that was one of the things that sort of kind of cut their money off, is because usually they'll have these paid for view things.
Mm-hmm.
So now that they're going to be on streaming, and they're going to, I don't know if that's going to work, because, I'm going to tell you, I've watched quite a few of those fights. Some of them are very entertaining, and some of them are just horrible.
They are, and some of them are just absolutely horrendous. How they all the blood and all this other stuff happens. That blood and guts and everything going on out there. It is, and how they just beat up on each other like that. It's almost like animals out there. They putting animals to fight.
Yeah.
That's what it
And
seems
the
like.
thing is, though, Ed, if you hit somebody in the temple, bro, and they ain't got no soft gloves, these are just like fist to fist almost.
Yep. And they beat each other. I mean, terrible. They just beat each other terrible, and they do not stop the match if there's blood. The more blood, the better. I don't know,
And
man.
and those guys, their ears be falling off. You see that? The
Mm-mm.
ears be falling off, fell off, bruised, everything. I mean, nose broke. That's a heck of a way to make a living, bro.
It is. That's a hell of a way to make a living. Man, you can mess around there and lose everything you got. All your brain matter, everything can be gone. It's just horrible, man. I don't know why they want to put that on screaming TV. I don't think that's going to work, because it takes a certain class of spectators and stuff to watch that stuff. And if you ain't got the
Well, they're
man,
looking
this
at wrestling, man. Look how successful wrestling is.
yeah, but in wrestling, after a certain time, man, you doing something to somebody, and they is in a defensive position, that they're going to stop it. That the referee going to come in there and break it up. So, all right, stop. Come on, let's go. Start back over again. But they don't do that. I don't even know why they got a referee inside the ring and stuff with them guys. They don't need nobody out in there. They're going to just fight till the death. That's horrible. That is
And then here's the thing: they put these real tough guys against these little weak guys, and they knock them out in 2-3 rounds.
right. It takes a special view and stuff to watch that, and I don't think being on television and stuff that's going to help them at all. Well, it might, but there might be a lot of other uh, folks out there and stuff who likes that stuff, but I don't. I don't even watch it at all
I've
because it's
watched
just
a
too
few
much.
bouts.
I don't watch it. No,
Like
I don't.
I paid for that Merriweather fight when he fought that MMA guy. That was entertaining.
So, what rules did they fight by? Did they fight by the heavyweight rules or the lightweight rules, or did they fight by the boxing association rules or the
Boxing
MMA?
Association.
So they had gloves on, right? Not their bare
Right.
fist.
They had
Okay.
gloves, no kicking, no grabbing, and Merriweather just let the guy get burnt out. That's all. And then around the 7th or 8th round, or the 6th or 7th round, he started beating them up. Bam,
uh,
bam, 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 bam.
so he kind of did the first 7 rounds to loosen him up,
Right, right. Because
tenderize him.
he had enough. He can dodge in most of those swings anyway.
He
But he's wearing them
tenderized
out.
him there. He tenderized him. All right,
I,
man. Fight a word.
well, like I said, it's right now. I'm really discouraged. I'm really not discouraged, but I'm sort of kind of wondering You know, when you're talking about 300,000 black women have lost their job since January. Where they going, bro? A lot of these women got master's degrees, they got doctorate degrees, they got years of experience. A lot of them, I guess, you know, they start their own businesses and do what they do. You know, that's the only thing you can do, and come together uh, collectively, form an organization. But we got to produce something, man.
Yep.
I mean, all these services and help, you know, help services, all fine and dandy, and they come up. A lot of people come up with some great ideas, but you know, you got to implement it. It takes money to do that stuff.
Yep.
I'm gonna keep my eye on what's going on in the black community, especially these women. You know, I mean, the males. The trucking business, man, is going down.
Yep. They were losing because there's no products and stuff coming inside this country.
Yeah.
What the a lot of those countries and stuff did before April, I think April the 1st, before he started this reciprocity thing and everything, a lot of those folks knew what the heck was happening. So what they did was they overshipped a lot of their products and stuff into this country. And so up until that time, the folks in China and stuff, man, ran their companies and stuff 24/7, man, to produce product, put them on them ships and stuff, and get it into past the border and stuff and everything before those big old 145% tariffs came on board. So
Well, you know, six,
at
seven
this
years
point,
ago, you know, the
yeah,
grapevine was for people to buy trucks
right.
and be independent. And a
Well,
lot of people invested a lot of money into these trucks. And now they
yep,
don't even have any loads to take.
they don't have any loads to take because all these warehouses were full and they don't have anything to ship because everything has already been shipped to these warehouses. And the over the road folks and stuff do not have anything. And the people at the docks and stuff, their guys and stuff saying that they only work like 1 or 2 days a week. That's it. And a lot of them say they can't afford it. They can't do anything. They're going to have to get out of business and do something else. I'm telling you, man, that avoidance screwed this country up, man, real bad. I mean, he just screwed it up real bad. I got one other thing, my final word here, and that was at the top of my agenda and stuff when I got on to the show today, but I waited until the end here to say this. And here in Atlanta, we have the Center for Disease and Control here. Last week, they had a guy who came out there and shot up the building.
Yeah.
If anybody who knows anything about the CDC building and stuff here in Atlanta, is most of the building is all glass. They have glass windows and stuff in there, and so they said he shot over 150 some rounds, bullets and stuff at the building. And in the news, they said that the only person who anything happened to was the guard. They shot a police officer and everything and killed him. Well, the news media lied. Well, not the news media, but the people at the CDC didn't tell the news media everything. There were 3 employees who lost their lives and stuff when that guy shot into that building, and they have kept it quiet.
Wow.
3 people were
No
killed.
wonder they all scared. I've been reading stories about they said they scared to even come back to work.
Absolutely. That 3 of their employees and stuff, they were inside that building and stuff when that guy started firing his that rifle off and everything. He killed 3 people inside that building, including that guard. So you folks out there, they are not letting this news and stuff get out. If anybody knew about those 3 people getting killed, because none of the news people even say anything about
First
it.
time I heard it,
Every time you watch that news, well, I heard it from one of them. I can't say nothing. It came directly from a horse's mouth. It ain't something. It came from the horse's mouth. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. 3 people died. And that's one of the reasons why those folks are scared to go back in there. Some of the employees and stuff, they allowed them to stay at home for a week while they kind of clean the mess up and everything so they can come back to work. But they only gave them a week off to work at home. Now they have to come back to work. And some of the people said they're afraid to come back to work because they don't know if there's another fool out there getting ready to come up in there and shoot the place up. Because they are not protecting them. That Robert Kennedy and stuff, he acted like ain't nothing going and nothing happened. Yeah, you don't have no business being spared. That's what he's saying. He don't care. And then they showed a picture of him sitting out there fishing. All while this shit was going on, he's fishing. He's showing him and his son out there fishing. Anyway, people, thank you for watching the show. I hope it was very informative to you, and we're gonna see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.